We're going to learn about some grant money that's come to our area to help with recovery housing. Joining us today, to my immediate left, Russ Thomas. He is We Care Regional Quality Recovery Housing, and Julianne Burk, familiar face, Guiding Light Executive Director. So thank you both for coming today.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, Russ, let's start. Just explain what this grant money is all about and why it's so important that we get some of it in our community.
Okay, so at We Care Regional Quality Recovery Housing, we're funded by Mental Health and Recovery Board levy dollars. So that levy just recently passed in November for Allen, Allglaze, and Hardin County. So we're always looking for grant money to supplement that program. So we're not just throwing money away. We're trying to bring programs in to do some things for the recovery housing that doesn't totally drain the mental health recovery dollars. So this is a Healing Communities grant. It's done through the University of Cincinnati and the Ohio State University. And what it does is it brings funding in. We're putting the locks boxes. That's the main driver behind this is harm reduction. We're putting the locks boxes in homes, which are sort of like the AEDs for defibrillation. They're going to be mounted on the wall. You can access Narcan quickly to help someone recover from an overdose situation. So it's that. We're putting lock boxes by everyone's bed, filing cabinets that they can lock their personal items in. And this grant's also going to provide bus passes and urine screens, reimbursement to the providers for urine screens, because we find that when folks leave the property, if they know they're going to be drug tested when they come back, we do see an increase in their success rate because it holds them accountable for when they return from an outside area.
Sure. Okay, so how does Guiding Light, how have you, or how excited are you? I don't know. How are you going to be able to use this money and maybe tell people how it really was going to help the ladies that you help?
Yeah, so as you know, we take women in crisis, and so a lot of times when they are coming in, they're not just homeless. They may have drug and alcohol concerns and issues, and so they're wanting recovery housing to help them. And so what the funding helps us do is have a leg up to partnership with those that are in mental health and recovery services so that we can get the supplies we need to help hold them accountable. We also have a working relationship where we can conversate on how to best, supply support or how to hold them accountable better. So all of this is just a dynamic in our community where we're really doing a good job to bring that unifying body of partnership there, because those supplies can be very expensive. So we're getting some Narcans, we're getting the lock boxes like he said, and so those costs add up. So they're trying to help support us in the way that we do take their clients that are really wanting that support and providing that, not just housing.
Well, I think that also people might think, well, bus passes, why do you need to worry about supporting that? But I'm sure you know it's really important once they are going through this recovery to get to jobs and get to places they go, and not everybody has a car.
Yes, and transportation is huge where we don't have a lot of resources to provide that. We use a lot of gas in our vehicles and the expenses and maintenance, and so what bus passes do is help them find that independence in the bus transportation system that we do have in our community. And yeah, so medical appointments sometimes that they can't get through their insurances, definitely interviews and jobs and, going where they need to go, whether they need to go grocery shopping sometimes. So it alleviates some of that off of my staff to have to provide all of that transportation day to day on a regular basis. Yeah.
I should probably backtrack a little, Russ, because maybe people don't even realize the recovery housing that's in the area and why it's so important to have places like Guiding Light and things like that. We're trying to make a difference, and is it working, that people might ask?
Yeah, so currently we're under contract with Guiding Light. We're under contract with Restoration House, Andrews House, and Mary Alice House. And so the Mental Health Board, when they brought me on under contract, the idea was that most people were coming into the recovery housing setting through a physician or through some type of treatment center, and from detox into treatment, and that's what we're about, is recovery more than anything. And so the Mental Health Board wanted someone who didn't have access to those treatment facilities to be able to still access recovery housing without a referral from a physician. It's that important. So that's what we do, is we bring in anybody that needs to come in under any circumstances. They have to be detoxed first, but then we start the process of recovery, and we assist along with the providers. We do case management, intensive case management, to advance them, set up a situation where they're going to be successful when they leave.
I think that's the key. The work that you're doing, they're becoming successful. It is working, and they're recovering and being great citizens and fulfilling what their life goals and things, right? You
Putting
see
them
that
back
at
into
Guiding
society.
Light.
Yeah. You know, because sometimes if they're in drug houses, you know, that's so much chaos, and so we try to bring back the family ideals and the stability and productive citizen. So we get them back into, you know, their brain healing and normalizing their life again.
And to be able to reunite a parent with a child is
That's
an amazing
awesome.
thing. Amazing thing,
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for coming today, telling us about the grant money and stuff.
Thank you.
Don't go away. We'll take a look at the weather forecast next.